Where do I begin with this one? Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the suicide of Rachel Foster, but you already knew that because thumbnails don't lie and you clicked on this video. So, you know what? This game's not quite like the other ones. It's not exactly a horror game, but it's not exactly not a horror game. It's spoopy, not spooky. So I'm going to do my best here to try and give a worthwhile review without being spoiler related, because the suicide of Rachel Foster is a bit of a walking sim, or for those who don't know what that means, the game is entirely story based. There is virtually no gameplay whatsoever other than maybe walk to the objective and click on the item. So I'm going to do this review as best I can. There will be some minor spoilers, but I'm going to do it from the standpoint of what I liked about the game and what I disliked about the game without going too heavily into the actual story. Okay, so we're going to start with a brief overview, and this is, again, more or less spoiler-free, nothing more than what you would get from, say, the Steam page. But the game starts with Nicole, who is the main protagonist. She inherits her family's old abandoned hotel, and when she gets there, that's when the events that transpire happen. Well, it all takes place in this snowy abandoned peak in Montana, I do believe, and the game sets it up in such a way that, as a horror aficionado like myself, I look at it and I just saw so much potential that it made me want to love the game so much more than I actually did, only because there was so much potential for this game to be a horror game, but it is not. And if you guys want me to go into it more on a later video, I can, but returning to the subject at hand, Suicide of Rachel Foster, the character development to me was a bit lacking. Overall, I would give it a probably 7.5 out of 10. The game definitely has really decent story. It's quite a strong hook. It makes you want to keep playing to the end, and if you don't get snagged on any little hiccups like trying to find out where you're going, it will realistically only take you about maybe 1 to 3 hours to beat, and that's being a bit generous with getting lost, because I'll be honest, that happens to me all the time. But the main reason that I can't go higher with my review and why it sticks to a 7.5 when it's entirely story is that the ending, and I won't spoil it, I'm not going to say anything about what it is. The ending is something that it felt off to me. It felt kind of wrong, as well as the character development. Nicole herself basically seems to have kind of two modes. This game is heavy dialogue between two characters, and Nicole pretty much seems to be either very angry and salty or extremely flirty, and there is virtually no real in between. It makes for a really awkward kind of moment when the character is supposed to have more growth, but you never really see it, as much as it just feels like, now I'm different because I'm different, and I needed to be different. At least that's how I felt about it. I mean, overall, the game is definitely worth playing, especially if you can pick it up on sale sometime. But I guess that's going to be it for this one. It's a really short video, and you can tell me what you think, but, you know, I'll throw some clips in there, and I'll try and keep it, again, more spoiler-free, but it's, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Fat Cat with GameTalk. Again, if you got any suggestions for me to play, I'll try and stream it over on my Twitch channel. I'll leave a link in the description. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you guys again in the next one. Goodbye.